hello to this live stream. So I'm just going to share a few pictures of Kotor, Perast, Mostar and Kravice waterfalls, just so that you get an idea of what to expect when you go on a trip to those places. So just bear with me a minute. Okay, so first of all, as you can see, there's some pictures there of Kotor and Perast. So the fourth one along, you can see the clock tower in Kotor. The second picture, sorry, on the left hand side is Perast, and then the first picture is also Perast as well. The bottom one underneath that is the Lady of the Rocks dome, and then of course you can see more pictures of Perast on there. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is upload a picture of Kotor on its own first of all, and then just so you get an idea. Right, so as you can see, there's the picture of the church and the steps going up to the fort. So there's 1,350 steps in total that go from the old town of Kotor just below all the way up to the top of the fort. The church is halfway up, about 500 or so steps. It's €15 to go in onto this fort, which you can access from 8 o'clock in the morning till 10 o'clock at night. So if you're on a cruise, you'll either be docked down there at the port, or you'll be anchored out to sea and you'll have a tender to shore. You'll have a tender boat taking you in. But the view from up the top is brilliant. It's just the same as what you can see on the picture there with the church, only slightly better because you get to see the full shot of Montenegro itself. So I will show you another picture now of Montenegro from higher up, just so that you can get a view. Just a minute. So that one there basically is all of Kotor from the top, but this is further back from the fort. This is like from where the cable car is. So there's a cable car in Montenegro, which is quite a distance out, but as you can see from the landscape below, you've got the whole of the Bay of Kotor in front of you, and those mountains in the distance are towards Croatia and Bosnia, and Albania is behind you, down towards Greece. So that's basically the view that you will get from if you do the cable car, but also the top of the fort is very similar to that as well. But this is obviously higher up because you're on a cable car on this one. And then another shot of the old town. That's from a quarter of the way up the fort. So there's all the old town in front of you, and then the bit that sticks out on the left-hand side is the port. But also if the cruise ship is already docked, you'll dock out to sea halfway down and you'll get a tender boat in. But again, the fort in Kotor is well worth doing. So definitely do it if you visit Dubrovnik. And you can usually book an excursion from Dubrovnik to go to Kotor and Perast as well. So we will go to Perast now. Hopefully I can show you pictures of that. Excuse me a minute. I'll just type that in. Perast. So again, there's a shot of Perast town there. So as you can see, you can walk along that promenade down towards that church tower, and you've got some restaurants and cafes along there, and the Lady of the Rocks is just to the right of this shot. And then you can either do a boat trip over there, or you can just choose to stay in Perast if you want to. Well, that's a view of Perast just there. It is beautiful. So that's one of the first places you will come to on your way to Kotor. Lady of the Rocks is that church there on the island. Again, you get your boat from Perast. It's about €10, I think, but entry to the church is extra. So there isn't a lot on the island really. So if you want to go and visit the church, that's up to you. But again, they will charge you to go in, and of course there's toilets, and of course they'll charge you to go in there as well. So they always make a bit of money somehow. But generally this time I'm going to stay at Perast and let other people go over to the island because I've done it a few times. So that's what I'm going to do. And then the next thing, I'm going to take you now to Mostar in Bosnia, as this is another one of my favourite trips over to Mostar. So as you can see from the picture, there's the bridge. This is actually looking from the mosque, the top of the minaret, looking down towards the old town. So you can see the bridge, and on the left and right hand side where you've got like the shelters above the shops, there restaurants and cafes. And of course, you've got loads of mosques in the old town of Mostar and then behind where the red brick roofs are, that's the modern town of Mostar. Well, lots of people go to the old town where this bridge is, as it was damaged in the war, and they've restored it, and lots of people jump off. They pay lots of euros and they jump off into the river, known as tombstoning, something I wouldn't personally do myself, but that is what they do. And you can walk across that bridge, but again, I would highly recommend you wear footwear that's got good grip, not pumps or flip-flops, but trainers and good walking boots or shoes, definitely. And it can be very slippy in the rain as well, so just bear that in mind. But there's handrails on both sides of the bridge. There's a fence, like a rail, both sides of the bridge you can hold on to, but it is very slippery, so just bear that in mind. But it is worth walking across it, believe me. Let's see if I can get another picture up now. A minute. I'll get you another one up. So as you can see on that picture there, you've got the mosque behind the bridge with the minaret and the dome. That's the mosque that you can visit. It's €8 to go in, and you can climb the steps of the minaret and you get a view of the bridge, which you saw in the previous picture. Then just to the left, you've got like shops and restaurants that you can go and visit as well. So I'll be going over there during my stay to go and have lunch, which is chavapi, which is like a pita bread with some basically like kebab sausages in. But it's beautiful. You get like a little bowl of cream cheese or a bowl of peeled onions, sliced onions, I mean, and then you get a nice beer as well, or a glass of wine, whatever you want to drink. But again, it's reasonably priced. You're not going to pay more than €15 for a meal. It is fantastic, and that's including a drink as well. It is beautiful food. So I always have that when I go to Mostar, and I'll be having it in Dubrovnik when I go to the Taj Mahal Bosnian restaurant. So that's the bridge of Mostar, and I will now take you to the Kravice Waterfalls, just so you can see those. Kravice Waterfalls, because this is another beautiful trip to do, and it's included in your Mostar trip. So definitely. So this is a picture of the Kravice Waterfalls. I mean, look how beautiful that is. That water is cascading all the time. It is so amazing, honestly. You cannot fault it at all. And I'll show you another picture as well, very similar to that. And it's worth videoing. There's a bar and restaurant just where the camera is focused on the river. There's a bar and restaurant where you can sit and watch that water as it is there. And it is beautiful, honestly. I cannot fault the trip at all. You generally go there after Mostar. So I will show you another picture very similar. Let's have a look. There's loads of pictures. So as you can see, there are people there near the waterfalls, but you can see all the waterfalls in the background. So I'll be taking lots of photographs and videos there, and I won't be able to do a live stream. But then again, there is Wi-Fi at the restaurant that's there, so I might be able to do a live stream using the Wi-Fi. So I hopefully will be able to do that for you guys and gals to see back home. But please subscribe to the channel at Kotor25, and I hope you enjoy the photographs that I'm going to take, because I'll include some of them on my videos, but I'll also try and get a live stream done as well. But that's the Kravice Waterfalls in Bosnia. It basically knocks the Swallow Falls in Wales into a cotton hat, but that is just so beautiful, and it is well worth a visit. So I will show you another picture of the waterfalls as well. There's absolutely stacks and stacks of waterfalls. This one is a little bit further away from the waterfalls, but you can just see the scale of what it looks like from a bit of a distance. So you can see the mountains in the background there. So that's over towards Mostar. It's about 45 kilometers from Mostar. It takes about half an hour to get there from Mostar. So we'll be going there after the trip to Mostar Old Town. So probably around 3 o'clock, something like that. That's where we should end up in the afternoon. And we'll be there till probably 4 o'clock, 4:30. And then it'll be a trip back to Dubrovnik through the Croatian border, probably down to the Pelješac Bridge, and then on back to Dubrovnik. So we should get back to Dubrovnik about 5:30, 6 o'clock in the evening, which is perfect because dinner is served at the hotel between 7 and 9. So, but I've got a full day in Mostar and the waterfalls. It is well worth it. So that's where we'll be visiting next weekend. Well, on Thursday next week. So I'll be heading over there. So there'll be lots of photos and videos to come from the Kravice Waterfalls, from Mostar, from the mosque, the old bridge, and then of course Montenegro and Perast. And then I'll be doing the city walls, and I'll be doing the Elefiti Islands cruise with the Karaka and the sunset cruise as well. So all that's to come next week. So I hope these photographs have just given you an idea of what to expect. So please subscribe to the channel at Kotor25. Thank you very much for watching. I'll get off this screen sharing now. As I say, please enjoy what's coming next week with the series. Thank you for watching and good afternoon. I'll see you in the next video.